Hey friends, I'm excited to share today all about my first favorite essential oil, which would be lavender. This is probably one of the most popular essential oils out there and one of the most commonly used. So I'm going to share some general facts first about lavender as a plant, and then I'm going to share some of the ways that I specifically use Young Living's lavender. So, first of all, it was a French scientist, Rene, can't pronounce the last name, who was the first to use lavender for tissue regeneration after he got a burn from a lab explosion. Research has shown that lavender can increase beta waves in the brain, which suggests heightened relaxation. And another study found that lavender can help to reduce mental stress and increase alertness. So specifically with Young Living's lavender, it takes 27 square feet of lavender from one of their farms to make a 15 milliliter bottle, which is this size here. So with anything that I say about how I personally use lavender, I just want to give this disclaimer again. I just want to make sure you know I'm only talking about Young Living's essential oils. Essential oils in general range so much in quality and purity that I really cannot promise that your essential oils from the grocery store are going to do anything other than smell good. And lavender in particular is actually the most commonly adulterated oil. So it's actually very common for companies to kind of cut corners and cut their lavender with floral water, synthetics, fragrances, other chemicals, which definitely explains the price difference if you're looking at Young Living's lavender and then you go to the store and see lavender for $5. Big red flag. There are actually much more lavender products on shelves in stores than there are lavender plants in the entire world to make all of those lavender products. So we know that there is a lot of kind of fishy stuff going on in that industry and a lot of lavender that is not really made from lavender plants. I've said it before and I will say it again. Young Living is the only company I trust for pure oils, and that's because of their transparency. They own their own farms and they allow people to visit them and see the whole process all the way through. So personally, lavender was definitely the first oil that wowed me. So I got my first bottle in my Young Living starter kit, and I had heard that diffusing it could potentially help me get a better sleep at night. So I started diffusing it every single night, and I was mind blown when I started to not only fall asleep better and sleep through the night, but also wake up actually feeling well rested. That was my experience when I started to diffuse lavender. I also use lavender for just a great calming scent. It's a good one to keep on you, especially if you're going into a stressful situation. And it's a fairly inexpensive one to add to diffuser blends. So I love diffusing lavender with lemon. I love diffusing it with Stress Away, which is a blend from Young Living. I love diffusing it with cedarwood at night. So I love just mixing it in with other oils to create beautiful smells in my home. So I also use lavender a lot topically. And of course we want to use common sense when we're using an oil topically, and we want to make sure that we are diluting it, especially if it's our first time using that new oil. Lavender is one, I've been using it for a couple of years now. I'm personally comfortable using it neat. I'm comfortable using it straight from the bottle. It's a very, very gentle oil. But again, just use caution, especially if it's the first time you're using it. And a big reason I use lavender topically is that it is amazing for skin. As I said earlier, that French scientist discovered it first. So it is very soothing. So I use it topically for any kind of like bug bites, cuts, scrapes, burns, poison ivy I used it on recently. It was very helpful for that, for relieving some of that itch. And I use it in a bunch of the different DIYs that I like to make with essential oils. So I make my own face serum and I add lavender to that. It's one of the key ingredients in that. I make my own mermaid hairspray, getting low on that. I spray this onto my hair after every shower, keeps it healthy, keeps it soft. In my DIY sunscreen, I use lavender. And then in a lot of my pre-made products from Young Living, they include lavender oil in the formula for those products. So that's things like my shampoo, the lavender mint shampoo, my lavender lotion, the lip chaps, all kinds of different products. So lavender is one that I definitely never go a day without using because it's in so many of the different products that I am using. I also use lavender sometimes for other pains. So if I am having period cramps, I use lavender for relief from that as well. So lavender comes, like I said, in this regular 15 milliliter bottle, but it also comes in a food flavoring version, and this is approved by Health Canada for ingestion. It's actually the same oil in both of these bottles, so I am personally comfortable ingesting either one, but this is the line that is approved for ingestion. And aside from health benefits, lavender adds a great flavor to different foods or beverages. So I love adding lavender to my tea in the evening. If I'm having some peppermint tea, I'll add a couple drops of lavender. I love making a lavender lemonade. I think it tastes delicious. If you like to bake some like lavender cookies or lavender scones or something like that, this would be a great way to flavor it naturally with lavender. So there are so many different uses for lavender. I feel like we've only scratched the surface today, but those are some of the main ways that I use lavender in my everyday life. If you use lavender as well, I would love to hear how you love to use your lavender. So you can let me know in the comments below your favorite way to use it.